I believe in Joe Hendry. That's very disheartening though that y'all don't believe in Joe Hendry. All right, folks. This is PPA. I unfortunately have to the Riddler live stream. What the fuck? Copyright. What we talking about? What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, yeah. That's right. Street Classic is hilarious. I have to hide the super chat for now. I will remind me to put it back up. This will be a clip, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Trying to hit 10K. Trying to hit 150 likes on this video. Do your part. Cool. So today, JBL is here. Nice. So today the ratings came out, and to our surprise, there was a huge jump. There was a huge jump in ratings. Last week, I believe, was what, 712? I believe it was 712. Either way, it was a huge jump. This week, no, it was 717, I believe. And it seems as if this week it is I believe this week is 787. This tells the whole story though. This tells the whole story, and this proves my theory right. What this tells me is if anybody was affected by the NBA playoffs, it was the Big Bang Theory, which makes a lot of sense. I would assume, and we could all assume, that there is more Big Bang Theory fans who like the NBA than there is AEW fans that like the NBA. Like, let's be honest here. Let's really think logically here. How many AEW fans? And remember, AEW caters to the hardcore wrestling fan who watches New Japan Pro Wrestling, who watches Ring of Honor, who watches NWA, DPW, whatever. Just here to say you suck, dislike, unsubscribe, clear watch history. You had to subscribe to say that. You had to subscribe to say this. And then wait a minute to say this. That's I give you props. That is some great hating right there. I am not gonna lie to you. That is some great hating right there. But anyway, back to the ratings. This proves my theory right that if anyone was affected by the NBA playoffs, it was not AEW. Maybe WWE because they have more of a casual wrestling fan audience. That makes sense. But AEW's audience, the majority of their audience is the hardcore wrestling fan. The hardcore wrestling fan is not interested in NBA. The hardcore wrestling fan is not interested in Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic. They're not interested in Karl Anthony Towns. Like let's be logical here. Do y'all even know who I just mentioned? Do y'all even know who I just mentioned? How many AEW fans know who Rudy Gobert is? So no AEW fan is leaving Okada, leaving who was in this huge dip. Like we haven't got to it yet. No AEW fan is leaving Mercedes Moné, Kill Switch, Swerve Strickland to go watch Rudy Gobert, to watch Karl Anthony Towns, to watch Kyle Anderson. No AEW stan, I should say. And I think we'd all agree that majority of their audience is stans. You call bullshit? If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. But I highly doubt that they are fans of the NBA. I think if you put a TV on, you put two TV on, and there's game 7 of the NBA Finals and some random episode of AEW Dynamite, they are looking at the AEW Dynamite. I think majority of AEW fans can't tell you who the MVP was. Right, that's all I'm saying. They're not leaving AEW to watch the NBA playoffs. So again, if anybody was affected by the NBA playoffs, it was the Big Bang Theory. And if you are aware, and you know, I hate to talk to y'all like y'all children, but I try to simplify it basically. If you haven't been paying attention and you new here to these ratings, the reason this number is always so high is because the lead in from the Big Bang Theory. Now, sometimes it's 1 million, sometimes it's, sometimes it's even higher than 1 million. But for the last like month, it's been like in the 700,000s. It's been like in the 800,000s. Therefore, the rating's been very low. Therefore, you get a 682, you get a 667, I believe that they had at one point. Therefore, you get the low numbers that they are getting. They've been getting over the last month. Now, there was no NBA playoffs today. I mean, yesterday. I'm not sure about NHL and I'm not sure about baseball, but again, I highly doubt there's a lot of crossover between NBA, NHL, baseball, whatever was going on last night, and AEW stands, AEW fans. So look at this number. This is the true number. This is really the true number. 739 is really what they started with. Now, if we take out, somebody do this math for me. Somebody do this math for me. Y'all are, it wasn't directed at Mikey. Oh, you good, bro. You good, bro. You good. Can somebody do this math for me? We need to take out the 931 and we need to take out the 850 and add these numbers together. If I could draw, I would. We have to add these numbers together because the 931 and the 850 do not count. So while somebody, you'll do it. I thank you so much, Jose. So you know how to do it, right? You add these middle numbers together and you divide them by 7, or you divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You add all these numbers together and you divide them by 7, and that is the true rating for this week. Because again, we do, and they're so slick with it. They go 7 minutes overrun. So whatever is coming on after Modern Family, I've heard is coming on after Dynamite. Maybe some movie. They get the Big Bang Theory's audience and they get some Modern Family audience. Like they did, like, come on now. And I see a huge name in this quarter that drew the lowest rating. Now I would love to talk about that. 763. That's the total. That's not good, chat. 763. Now, the one thing I'll say is there was no MJF on the show. But again, is MJF going to draw that much? Is MJF going to get them back in the 800,000s? I think the last time they hit 800,000 was the CM Punk video. They gained 50K, but what you mean they gained 50K? So the last thing, and everybody tuned in for that. Everybody tuned in for the CM Punk video, and they still was like low 800,000s. But man, I don't think MJF is saving this. This is a huge, like, bro, look at this dip, bro. And look who's in this quarter with this dip. Look who's in this quarter, bro. Swerve, your world champion. John Moxley, another world champion. Now, this is weird. This right here is weird. Chris Jericho in a segment. Chris Jericho in a segment gained, what is that, 48,000? I mean, Samoa Joe was on screen. And that is a terrible number to have during this segment. I didn't watch this part, but I heard this segment was awful. I heard this Chris Jericho segment was disgusting. Now, me personally, I did see the Hook and Samoa Joe part, and I'm very excited for that. But this is disgusting. Look at and then John Moxley comes on screen, and then they lose damn near 100,000. And then John Moxley leaves, and then they gain damn near 100,000. I'm not gonna be that dull. I'm not gonna be that person who just blames John Moxley. I'm not just gonna be that person that blame John Moxley, but look at this. All right, look at this. They start with 931. Now we all know that first quarter number is fake. We all know that first quarter number is fake. But look, every time John Moxley is on the screen, the numbers dip tremendously. 931. John Moxley on the screen, 739. 787. John Moxley on the screen, 689. Then he leaves and then it goes right back up. There's something there. There is something there. There's a there. And there used to be a narrative around AEW that they can't keep an audience. No, they keep an audience. They definitely keep an audience. I know, contrary to this 689, they keep an audience. It's just that first quarter is so bogus that you can easily, think that they don't keep an audience, but they definitely keep an audience. Those diehards are not going anywhere. Trust me, those diehards are not going anywhere. For the most part, they're not, because I used to think that 800K was gonna be there forever, but now they're in the 700s. I think before the end of the year, this is my prediction. Before the end of the year, there will be a 3-week stretch where they are below 700K. If I am wrong, we can make a deal or something, but I promise you, I'm making a bet now that there will be a 3-week stretch where they are under 700K. If I'm wrong, I will bite that bullet. But think about the things that are coming up. Eventually, it is looking like Jack Perry is about to be the TNT World Champion. We got more and more Young Bucks. Kenny Omega versus Okada. Now, that may gain some viewers back, but also understand that Kenny Omega is on his last legs, bro. The tag team division is dead. Like, the Young Bucks haven't even defended their championships in forever. Who's more badass and tough? I don't know. I would assume Eddie King. I don't know. Eddie Kingston is gone. Adam Copeland is gone. Christian, I'm assuming, is about to disappear again. What is MJF going to do? They have no more stars on the indies to bring in. What is going to save it? MJF is not enough to save it. Don't forget Ethan Page. Come on now. Eddie Kingston is gone for about a year. Yeah. What do y'all see happening that will improve these ratings? The wrestling is not going to change. The booking is not going to change. So what comes with that? It's like CM Punk said, this shit is unsustainable. The style of wrestling is unsustainable. The style of booking is unsustainable. The style, just overall television is unsustainable. So as more and more people get tired of their way of booking television, they're going to lose more and more diehard viewers. You can't rely on, like, there's no CM Punk to save the day. There's no Sting retirement. You can't attack Tony Khan for the first time again. JBL's gonna save it. Jesus Christ, dude. People like JBL is the reason AEW exists in the first place. But yeah, that mark my word. If you take anything from this shows me that there will be at some point in the year where there is a 3-week stretch that they are below 700,000. And when I say stretch, I mean consecutively. Consecutively. I think it'll be broken by like a go home show or something.